There's this new movie coming out. It's called As Deep as the Grave. And he plays Father Fenton, who's a Catholic priest and a Native American spiritualist. And with the cooperation of his estate, they've okayed the filmmakers to use his likeness, like render an AI, because he was never able to actually film on set. He got the part like 5 years before his death. Mm-hmm. Really loved the part. And, you know, he already kind of embraced AI through the tech they use, the satanic AI-powered voice.
Are you saying satanic?
Well, yeah, maybe it's a disguise there. But, yeah, that's what they use for Top Gun Maverick, you know.
So did he ever, like, record voice lines for this? Or
I don't believe so.
Kind of
I think this is all, they're going to use younger images of him, footage, and his voice, of course, with this technology.
Great that it's being done, you know, with the permission of his estate and everything like that. Yeah. But I think that sets a really dangerous precedent.
Yes. Well,
even if actors are dead, they're not really dead.
Exactly. Yeah, it gets to be really a gray area. But yeah, the director and writer of the movie really wanted Kilmer for this part. And so, yeah, they know their decision's controversial, but they do think AI could be used ethically, which I do believe. But yeah, it's like you can go too far easily, I'd say, you know, with any type of technology like that. You know, it's like, oh, if we could just get one more scene, like, okay, let's do this. But
if it's,
But yeah, I will throw up a picture, of course, of what this looks like. It looks pretty good. But yeah, it still has that, what do they call that?
Uncanny Valley.
Yes. Yeah. I feel it does anyway. Like, it's kind of almost like borderline video game appearance. You know how a lot of people are in,
right.
A lot of celebs are in these games, but the discussion on all this I wanted to have was, you know, with these tech resurrections, they've been done before, but you know, we have AI now, which, you know, really is powerful and becoming more and more hard to tell. You know, you'll bump into so many people that are like, yeah, did you see this new trailer? Like, oh god, no, it's not real, man. James Earl Jones, before he died, he sold his voice rights to Disney and a Ukrainian AI firm called Respeecher in 2022. So Darth Vader will live on forever, basically. Matthew McConaughey, Michael Caine, and others do business with AI technologies. To ask you guys, like, when should it be used? What's the limit on that? And do you think it's more acceptable if the family's behind it?
Yeah, I think if it's being used with the creator's permission or with the actual person's permission, then who am I to say that it's inappropriate? I think when it's being used without their permission, like I saw something today, much different, but it was like
not a mainstream type of deal.
Right, where someone had taken a comic book artist's artwork and then had done some doctoring in like Chat GPT with it. And they're like, this is by such and such and Chat GPT AI. And I'm like, I'm sure this artist does not want their name associated with AI in any way, shape, or form. Because artists in particular are very, very touchy about it. And I understand why.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't like too much about
I typically can't stand it because I'm at the point now, I don't know what's real and what's fake anymore. Right. And so I question everything. Like every video, every reel that I see, every image, I'm like, is this real? I don't know.
Pandora's box too, because it's like once you like get tired of creating something, you're like, I just need a little help this time. You're gonna get that taste, and it's like then you're gonna maybe lose your creativity, and it's all gonna be kind of just this generic thing.
And where does it? You know, where does it end? So with this in particular, so his estate gave the blessing to use it for this movie. Does that extend to that clip being used in other things? Does that extend to, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be merchandising, but merchandising. And
he probably won't be the last one this happens to, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And also it was like, well, it would never... Maybe someday could get that far, but like award season.
What happens when dead Val Kilmer wins an Academy Award for this performance, right? Where do you draw that line?
Right. And also, you hate to say it, I'm not saying his family's this way, but there's a lot of families out there, like they were just raised with money and they can't function without it. So it's like, yes, of course, use mom or dad's likeness all you want, just keep the money coming. And So, I mean, that's obviously something the actor has to put in their estate, guidelines if they, I guess, feel like the kids will misuse his likeness for just dumb shit,
Right.
stuff that he would never be a part of.
Yeah, if they don't word, if it's not worded appropriately, who's to say that you don't have deep fake Val Kilmer porn in 2 years?
Right. Yeah.
And then as a state's like, oh, well, we didn't mean for that to happen, but then you can't stop it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
it's a slippery, like Bill said, it's a slippery slope. And I think
I've just seen I've
got my reservations.
Yeah, there's this popular one out now where I don't know if you've seen it, but they'll take like a clip from movies and the co-stars one will just punch the other. And I saw this with the Notebook. They're punching each other. It was so weird. And then they did the Avengers at the end when they assemble and Hulk starts making out with Thor and it's what the fuck is this? It's just all your fantasies are just thrown out there. But yeah, if you're the actor, it's no, you're not gonna put me in that position or whatever. If it got more intense, obviously. But
wasn't this the whole reason they had the SAG-AFTRA strikes?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
A while back too, was because they wanted to basically own Matt Damon's likeness. And they wouldn't have to pay him as much for the
residuals or whatever, pay the estate the residuals.
I think as long as that's happening with this case, they are paying the estate, so everything's on paper, I guess, good. But you kind of lose some of that artistry, and it hurts other actors who are striving to have a career just on the same level if they're even capable.
Could you imagine losing a part to somebody who has been dead for 10 years?
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened in elections before. People have lost to dead people. I mean, they died during the run or whatever. And it's nah, I'd rather have a dead person.
I'm not a fan of it personally. Like I said, I've got my reservations about it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But if
family's okay with it.
If the family's okay with it, if the estate's okay with it, if the actor signed off on it or whatever, then I mean, that's their hill to die on, right?
As a tool, it can be useful, but as a crutch, it can be dangerous.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that slippery slope. It's I get it for when actors have died during production. Remember Gladiator, the ringleader of the Gladiators, that actor Oliver Reed, I believe, he died close to the end of production, and so that was one of the big first CG bringing someone back they did on that scale. Before it was in TV for commercials and such, but. I think it was pretty flawless, and it still holds up pretty well. But yeah, that those cases, I definitely see more acceptance of it. But with a whole rendering of a performance, though, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm curious to see it, but I'm sure it's not going to feel quite right.
If you get to the point where this person would be perfect casting for this movie, but they've been dead for 15 years. Let's just.
Yeah,
put in a ChatGPT prompt and put them in the movie anyway.
Yeah, because you take their decision making out of it basically. I mean, it's up to their estate, but if they were alive, would they really want this part?
Yeah, it's kind of like Futurama, where everybody's just a head in a jar.
Yeah.